What's up, everybody? How are you? Happy Thursday. Me and my little bud Pablo are over here. So, this is something that's a really important topic, actually. It's really important for a few reasons. Um, but it comes up a lot. And this is one of the biggest things. And this is why, hey, John, this is why a lot of people, I have this, right? And it used to be me. I'm like, do I really want to invest in a community? Do I really want to be around, do I need to be around these people? I have friends. My friends are supportive. But as my dream became bigger and as I wanted to really step up more and more, I noticed that people were like, what are you trying to do? Like, how the hell are you going to do that? That doesn't make sense. And, you know, I am a type A person. I'm a strong-minded person, right? But I'm impressionable, and so are you. So it's best to know that you are impressionable and just own it, and then just monitor the things you're allowing into your life. So one of my clients comes on into the group last night, and she's saying that, like, she shared this vision and she shared what she was going through, and someone in her family was just like, no, you know? And here's the deal. That happens to a lot of us, right? Depends how big your dream is, right? When you can come home and you share this with your family and you say, you know what? I'm going to ask for a raise today. They'll be like, okay, cool. Will you come home and you say, I'm going to start a business today? And then they're like, what? How are you going to start a business? Do you have the money for that? How's that going to work? Are you going to get clients? How will you get clients? This is the type of stuff that really happens. And then you start a business and you say, well, I'm going to write a book and I want it to become a bestseller. How are you going to become a bestseller? How's that going to, I mean, people are not going to understand your dreams. Not always, and they don't have to. They don't have to. So my invitation for you today is to protect your dreams. Protect them. Sorry, I got all these messages coming through. Protect them because they're yours. They were given to you. They're not just some fantasy. They're not just something make-believe. Like, we're literally delivered information from the infinite, and it's our opportunity to see it through, to bring the invisible to the visible for all of us to experience. That's your opportunity. That's your choice. However, you are going to surely have some obstacles along the way, and one of them is going to be listening to the people around you and protecting it. Now, why is it so important to go to events and to invest in events? Because you have a new group of people that you're surrounded by, and the people that you can connect with on Facebook, or maybe you've become real friends and you can have their phone number. You guys go out to lunch, you go out to dinner, you mastermind together, right? But I would say beyond free masterminding, get into a paid one, right? Or get into a group where people are truly invested in your dreams. The other thing I want to think about, I told one of my clients yesterday who was signing up with my 3-month mentorship, she was in a group. I said, listen, do not invest in any more groups. Not in my groups. Don't invest in other people's groups, because you don't need a group right now. You need one-on-one to like take you to like 6 figures, right? But I told her that if you want to invest in a group, go into a mastermind where people are already doing better than you. You want to be around people that are going to stretch you and to show you that you think that dream is so big that all of your family and friends are like kind of shocked at. Well, that dream's small to us, right? You want to be around that. But you have to know that you're impressionable. If you think that you're like this strong-minded person and that no one can penetrate you, you're full of it. You really don't know. And you probably aren't doing that great as you would like to be doing too, because here's the deal. We are so impressionable. I know this when I leave a silent retreat, right? Like, I go to these silent retreats, silent for 3 or 4 days. I come back into the reality. I turn on my car, turn on the radio, and it's harsh. The radio is so harsh. The music that is playing is so harsh. You're like, have I been letting this crap into my consciousness all along? And yes. So we have to be so mindful. I was driving my daughter to school today. She turns on the radio. I like stuff like Drake. Like, I love Drake and Jay-Z, right? But like, I used to always love hip-hop. I'm from outside of Philly, right? So I always grew up with hip-hop. I'm a hip-hop person. But it's so harsh. I have a hard time listening to it now. But we can't let this stuff into our consciousness. It's like talking bad about women, talking down on other people. It's negative. It's fear. It's lack. It's scarcity. They're so subtle, though. It's so subtle. It's so subtle. So you can't even, hey, Des, you can't even like let that in a little bit. The other thing is spending time with anyone that is fearful of spending money, right? Like, I shared this with you guys, I think, the other day. I was at Cafe Gratitude. This woman tells her husband or significant other, oh my God, I can't come here anymore. It's so expensive. It's $16 for pancakes. I was like, it like hurt my body to listen to it, because I know if that's how she feels like she has such a lack of money. She can't spend $16 on pancakes. But you have to be more mindful as it becomes bigger things. As I say, as your vision expands, as your dream expands, and you're like, you know what, I want to invest in this $6,000 whatever. And then if other people in your group, if your entire group of friends is not willing to invest that kind of money, people are looking at you like, you're kind of odd man out, right? What are the little subtle messages that are there? I was going to go to brunch with my friend. She was like, yeah, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I could do that. And I noticed as I stepped away and like left the conversation driving in my car, I was still like, I started picking up on it. Like, should I spend that much money on that? And then I was like, whoa. I just took on her shit. I'm not doing that. So we have to be very, very mindful. Protect your dream, protect your vision. Know the people you can share it with. Know the people that are worthy of hearing it. And it doesn't mean that you don't love your family. It doesn't mean that you don't love certain friends. Love them. But know that there's times when you are like needing to create an incubator for yourself. And in creating these incubators, and up-leveling yourself in that time. Because you know that you're reaching for something that you've never done. You're about to hit a new threshold. And in that time, you really need to protect it. Right? So I'll have to tell you guys, I didn't even share my book with my mom until like I shared the cover with her, but she didn't even know I was done the book until like recently. Like she didn't know I like did the end or what I was doing with it. I don't share it with a lot of them. And there's a reason, because I want to protect that vision. It's like a little seed, and I just want to make sure that it gets everything it needs, all the nutrients, and that I'm strong. Right? And I want you to do the same. I just was talking about this in the group that I launched today. So notice the people in your life that look at your dream, your vision, your goals, like it's kind of big. Like it's big and they don't know if it could happen. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? How's that going to work? Do you have enough money for that? Protect yourself from those people. Please do. At least for a little bit. At least know your times around that. The other thing I want to share with you guys, I didn't announce it yet. I actually just came up with it. My friend just called, because of all the women that I was talking to that were like really, to me, well equipped for my group. They were well equipped for my group. I got 7 women in my group. I'm so happy to have them. But there were so many women that wanted to come into the group that we were messaging and doing all these things, but they didn't have the money. And I get it, because I know that story, right? But what I realized is that while we were talking, I was dissecting their messages, and I could see all of their little money blocks, right? All of their stories, all of those things that are keeping them from really expanding and seeing their abundance and their capabilities. So what I decided was I'm going to create like a half-day online intensive that's going to be about $250, and it's going to be something strictly about expanding wealth consciousness, like wealth consciousness expansion or something like that. I'm still playing with it, but stay tuned, because if you are one of those women, I want everyone to know that like we really get what we sincerely ask for. A couple days ago, I had to pay the biggest amount that I think I ever had to pay unexpectedly for something, and I was like, oh, how am I going to recover for that? Like for a few minutes, I was like, whoa, like I didn't expect to pay for that. I could have bought like a Disney cruise for that. I could have like did all these things, and then the next day I make like all that money back times 2. Then the next day I make a little bit more. So within 2 days I made triple the amount. And it was so funny, because if I had caught on to that belief that like I could not absorb this loss, and if I continued to look at it as a loss, then it would have really tripped me up. But what I did instead was this, because I understand how wealth consciousness works, is I said, I can absorb this. This was by design. What was the lesson here? Let me move on from this. And what do I need to ask for right now? Because I can't worry about anything. All I need to do is, what do I need to ask for right now? Okay, I'm asking for this amount of money. I'm asking for this to happen. And here's the thing. Most people are like, well, I've been asking for $10,000. Why don't I have it? You've been asking why simultaneously you don't believe you can have it. Simultaneously, you don't believe people will spend that much on your product. Simultaneously, you don't feel like there's clients out there for you. If you have these conflicting beliefs, you will not have the results. You will not, it's not happening, period. So this is what this half-day intensive that I'm creating is going to be about. And it's going to be, I'll probably announce it. I got to work with Quinn. Shout out to my assistant. I'm going to work with her to figure out when we can really get this out physically so people can see it and pay for it. And then it's probably going to be like right the first or second week of May. So stay tuned. If that's something that, if you feel like you're constantly saying, I don't have the money, this is for you. because trust me, I was there. I have been on welfare, guys. I have been broke as fuck. My number one story was, well, I'm a single mom, a completely single mom. How am I going to do this? If only I had child support. If only I had some sort of support from another person. But then I learned I don't need anyone's support because I'm divinely supported. I'm an abundant being and I get to create what I want to create. So now I live a life that feels really good and things keep getting better. But I want everyone to have that. I know that people that have money blocks aren't going to be able to work with me one-on-one because if you have a money block, you're probably not going to be paying $6,500 anytime soon, right? Because that's like a tremendous amount of money. That amount of money probably scares you. You might have a panic attack spending that much money. I get it. So that's why we're going to do something that's much more digestible, that's very focused and to the point, just for money consciousness. And then after that, you may be able to do some other stuff, right? So anyway, guys, ladies, everybody, divine beings, I'm gonna go. I gotta run some errands. I'm gonna go celebrate because my launch was well, and I'm glad you guys all saw the progression of my book cover, so I'm excited for that. So anyway, lots of love. See you guys soon. Bye.